The fastest I ever did it was 7 seconds. Solving the cube makes me feel a little bit more solved, feel a little bit more at my own solid state. Because I think I can kind of distract my brain by doing my Rubik's Cube a little bit. It just makes me feel good. My chest felt like super tight, and I felt like cold in my body, and like really tight in my head, and it was like, that's the best I can describe the feeling of like extreme guilt and ruminative thoughts. It was a pretty steep slope, you know, like to go right into the pit of being engulfed by all the thoughts telling me that I'm a terrible person and that I'm not deserving to heal from this, and there's no way for me to get out of it. And, you know, the only solution being admit it all to my parents. They're the first people to say, like, maybe we should go to the doctor about this. I think it was our family doctor who immediately said, like, you definitely have OCD.
OCD, I would say, is a hidden illness because it often, individuals experience intrusive, unpleasant thoughts that continue to come into their mind. And what individuals do is they try to get rid of those thoughts, those unwanted thoughts. So then they engage in these behaviors called compulsions.
You know, Luther was always such a good kid, sensitive for sure, funny and fun, and the life of the party always. We always thought he was maybe just like a little bit more anxious. He needed more stimulation. That's just part of who he is. Really hard to hear that your child thinks like they're a terrible person. These really negative feelings, that they have those at all. So to know that they have them all the time is really heartbreaking. There was not really a clear path for help. And, you know, our clear path of going to the doctor and getting medication was not helping. And it's really hard to know where to go from there. So she had put us on the wait list for the child and adolescent mental health group at Markham, Stouffville. Dustin and I also met with the psychiatrist, and we met with Alex, and we met as a team, like also with Luther, like all of us together, which that holistic approach that's unheard of anywhere else. I feel nervous to think about what would happen if we didn't have that care that Markham Stouffville was able to provide us, and I think about other people who are not able to access it the same way that we did.
Luther, he presented with a lot of compulsions, a lot of mental ones, ones that are up in his mind, but also physically. When he came into my office, he was a little distressed.
It helped me so much more than I could imagine. Alex particularly, and the whole system of the hospital did help me more than I actually thought it was. I couldn't have expected how much she could teach me and pass on this knowledge and understanding to me.
Academically, he's doing really well, he's progressing, and he's working, he's socializing with his friends, he's engaging a lot more with his parents and his younger siblings. So that progression is what we call recovery, right?
We have over 35 to 40 children showing up here in our emergency department every month. Some needing admission, and if they do need an admission, they have to sit and wait in our emergency department for anywhere from 10 to 18 hours. So our vision is to have a crisis and stabilization unit for youth coming into the emergency department. And if we are able to provide inpatient care, you definitely decrease the amount of emergency visits, you decrease the readmission rate, you have much more positive impacts on their future in general because they're getting the care, they're getting the coping strategies, they have their care providers right here, and the resources are right at hand. Inpatient mental health youth beds where we can provide a safe space for anybody coming to the emergency department in crisis or needing admission through the community as well. We are the community hospital. Our community relies on us. And when they're coming here and they have their child who is not coping well, and you wait 18 hours in the emergency department and we tell you you've got to go to another facility, but then you can come back here afterwards. We need to give them that space where it's all here. It's right here for you. We've got you. We're going to take care of you. Not just your child, we're going to take care of you as well.
I just feel so much more knowledgeable, and like I have so much better of a perspective on like just mental health in general, you know, something that I didn't really learn or understand when I was a kid.
I feel very hopeful for Luther. I'm just really excited for what's next.
We're one of the first contributors for the inpatient unit, so they're donated $500,000.
Are you serious? That's so good. Thank you, Hyundai Canada. Before I get too emotional, no. We're so appreciative of your support. We're truly grateful, and we thank you so much, Hyundai Canada.
Thank you for your support to the children and youth here at Oak Valley Health.
Hyundai Canada, thank you so much for your support for Markham Stouffville Hospital Child and Adolescent Mental Health Care.